What is up, little demons? Welcome back to another episode of DEVILDEVYN360 News Nightly. The only podcast where I probably gave less of a fuck than I did before. But that doesn't matter. What really matters is we're back to the show. We're doing everything we should have been doing. We kind of kept the background music theme going. I'm not sure if you guys still like that, but let me know. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more there. But stuff just sucks these days. Stuff still sucks. There are still assholes out there. There are still people who don't know what in the fuck they're doing for 2 minutes before they want to talk to you. They're like, hey, how you doing, asshole? I'm like, hey, how are you doing? I don't give two shits about what you want to say to me. Why don't you just get out of my face right now before we have an issue, pal? Because I really don't feel like having an issue with you. And even if I did, I don't remember it. So, you might as well get away from me. It's a good idea for your survival. You know, if I don't want to talk to you, then you should probably just stay away from me, because that means I don't want to talk to you for probably a good half an hour. Alright, so if I don't want to talk to you for a good half an hour, it's best to just leave me alone when I don't want to talk. Because if I don't want to talk and you don't leave me alone, then I am liable to shoot first and ask questions later. And I only ask questions later when I shoot first. So unless you want to test me and want to try and die, well then you have sort of something on your mind. But, you know, it's been a really good day today. There's been some idiots on the road. I could still talk about those fucks, because there's still been some idiots on the road, and I still don't approve of your driving. Alright? I still don't approve of your bad driving. Alright, you need to stop driving like a goddamn dumbass. Alright, you need to slow down and get it through your head. Gas pedal's on the right, brake is on the left. If you don't know that, then you don't know shit, and what are you worth? Absolutely zero. And I have absolutely zero patience for however long it takes you to start moving up the fucking line, because I ain't gonna wait for your handicap ass to take forever while I'm trying to get somewhere that I need to be. Alright. So your theory is like way out there. Okay, but you need to be careful with what you're saying. Because I feel like what you're gonna do, so you're gonna take it the wrong way, and then you're gonna freak out over something that I didn't do. I'll be like, well, what the hell do you want me to do about it, alright? I don't know what the hell you want me to do about this situation you're stuck in, but honestly, I could give two shits, you know? It's, again, just my prerogative. You can give me your opinions, but I choose not to give a shit about most things, okay? There are a lot of things I don't give a shit about, and bad drivers is one of them. I mean, if you're one of those people who supports bad drivers, you're like, drive bad, do stupid shit, then you'd be one of those people, but I don't. I don't support that. If you're gonna drive bad, then you obviously need to go back to the driving academy and learn how to operate a fucking car for 2 minutes, okay? Because you obviously are brainless and have no reason to be on the road other than to just spread your bad driving throughout the world and tell the rest of us that we're fucking stupid, okay? You make me look bad. That's what you're doing. Alright? You're making me look bad right now because you don't know the first thing to do when it comes to your ass being an idiot. The only thing you know how to do is be an idiot, okay? You don't know how to stop yourself from being an idiot for 2 minutes. If you could stop yourself, right, from being an idiot for 2 minutes straight, I would assume you'd have a good streak there. But you don't want to stop yourself from being an idiot because you already know you're an idiot. You don't want to stop yourself from cutting me off. Yeah, no. Yeah, you don't want to stop yourself from cutting me off. You just want to cut me off and then make me yell at you. Oh yeah, real smart. Real smart, motherfucker. Make me jump out of my car and have to yell at you just because you cut me off 20 seconds ago. That I could give less of a shit about it, but you decided you decided to fuck with my driving, and that's where we're gonna have a bad day. All right, that is seriously where we're gonna have a bad day, because it's like, what are you doing? All right, because you are a bad driver. You are a sucky driver, and I don't really know what in the fuck you're thinking when you step out of your car and you're like, huh, wonder who I'm gonna piss off today. Because you're obviously gonna piss off somebody who you don't want to piss off, and that's just on you. Anyway, let's break into another topic of conversation, Tesla. I passed a Tesla dealership today. Oh my god. You don't want to know something? I would want to take one of those Cybertrucks and push it off of a cliff. But you know what I would do? I'd start the fucker on fire first. I would start a Tesla Cybertruck on fire just to watch that bitch burn as it's rolling off of a cliff in self-driving mode. I would turn on self-driving mode, jump out that bitch while it's on fire, and let it roll down a cliff. That's how much I can care about Tesla Cybertruck, okay? Because if you're gonna make something that looks like a heap of garbage, then I'm gonna make fun of it. Alright? It looks like a heap of garbage. The Tesla Cybertruck looks like just a fucking the design of it is weird because it's like this. The design of it is just that. It's just like one simple fucking triangular design, and I can't wrap my head around it. It's just so simple a design. It's ridiculous. And everybody's praising Elon Musk for the Tesla Cybertruck, going, "Oh shit, praise Jesus, we just got one of the newest, most advanced vehicles that we've ever had, and we still don't know how to drive it. We're still an idiot when it comes to driving a Tesla Cybertruck. Hell, you're an idiot when it comes to driving a normal Tesla." I don't care what you want to say, but Tesla Cybertrucks look ugly. Anyway, we're going to cut into a different subject and talk about fast food restaurants again, because you want to know what I hate about fast food restaurants? The long wait time when you're trying to get your burger, and you have like a job interview to be something out right then, like an hour after that, and you're still sitting there 45 minutes later, and you still haven't gotten your cheeseburger. You're like, fuck, where's my cheeseburger? Well, how fucking long does it take to make a simple fucking cheeseburger? I don't know what your prerogative is or what you're trying to do, but how long does it take you to make a simple goddamn cheeseburger? Alright, I don't understand how long it takes to put my order into that little goddamn machine you're working with and try and finagle that bitch to take my order, but I don't know how long you're gonna take to process my fucking order because you're a piece of shit and want to make me look like the bad guy and not get my food. So, you know, there are several things wrong here, and we need to be the first to solve them. And we can't be the first to solve them unless we were to try. But we're not going to try because who gives a shit about trying to solve anything? We're not going to try and solve long wait times at a fast food restaurant. We're not going to try to solve the bad driving situation with having people retake their driver's test because they're fucking idiots. Yeah, we're not going to do any of that. Yeah, no, the world's just going to go fuck itself because, you know, that's all it's good for. That's all the world is good for. The world's going to go fuck itself because it has bad drivers, it has terrorism, it has murder, it has robbery, it has, you know, crimes against children. It has all kinds of shit that we don't need to be involved in. Yet somehow we still live in this place we call America. Hell, we have a national anthem that we probably don't deserve because we are not the land. Because I will tell you right now, America is not the land of the free or the home of the brave. It is the land of the drug addict and the depraved psychopath next to Macy's. That's what it is. That's what America is. It is not what the national anthem claims it to be. It is the deranged psychopath with a gun in Texas and the drug addict shooting up behind an alley in California. That's what America is. America is just a fucked up place. We are not the land of the free. We are the land of the critically inclined to live here because we have to have a passport to go anywhere else. Except for states in the U.S. It's like, oh my god, give us a fucking break for 2 minutes, alright? Give us a break for 2 minutes and let us live our lives without having to live in all this bullshit and fuckery. Anyway, off that subject, let's talk about Mexico. Right? I don't understand. Is the Mexican... I don't know if we're still using the Mexican border to keep the Mexicans out of America, or what we're doing. Alright, because I have seen more Hispanic people in America than I have Chinese people in China. And I've never been to China. And I ain't being racist, I'm just saying. I have seen a growth in the U.S. Hispanic population. I have seriously seen it. I don't know exactly how many Mexicans work at Walmart, but I know a few do. I know a few. I know a few of those people got to work at Walmart. It's the only job America will allow you to have. We all know I'm just kidding. Though the only thing Trump can do is run America like a stupid motherfucker and tweet. Those are the only two things we know he can do. Oh wait, actually, he can do 3 things. No, wait, 4. He can tweet, try to be a good president, but he's not, and he can fuck his daughters and his wife. That's what he can do, and we know that. Oh, and just a little 5th option out there, Trump can also go fuck himself. But there's a prerogative, alright, between the emotionally inclined. You know, I'm sorry to bring up some suicide or self-harm talk, but I could see why people go around killing themselves in America, and I could see why some American people don't want to live in a society where nobody knows what the fuck's happening. Because you look at this society, you'll realize we're going downhill pretty goddamn quickly. And I'm looking at the decline of the U.S. Like, we are at a decline right now. Trump took the fucking Gulf of Mexico from us. He turned it into the Gulf of the U.S. God. Couldn't any redneck stand not to vote? Couldn't anybody from the South stand not to vote for Trump? Like, seriously. You guys took such a big fucking gamble, and yet you're still sitting way up here going up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. It's a fucking ugh. Sucks because you absolutely don't know how to live. You are an absolute menace to fucking society. You are a huge piece of shit. Okay, you are a huge piece of shit if you voted for Trump. Let's get this straight right now. If you're a Trump supporter, then you're frankly an idiot. If you can legitimately sit there and say, hey, I support Trump, what he's doing for us is actually something. I don't know where your head's at or what you're talking about, but Trump, there is nothing with Trump, alright? There is nothing with Trump, alright? He is not doing anything right. He is not doing anything right, okay? He's legitimately not. I don't know where you're thinking he's doing something right, but he is not. Alright. Fuck. The gas prices are still higher than hell these days. The gas prices still suck. Alright, the gas prices are still so fucking high, you can't fill up your pickup truck without spending $80 on the pump. Hell, you can't fill up your fucking Ford F-450 Super Duty with diesel because you're spending fucking $50-$60 at the pump a gallon. You're spending $50-$60 a gallon, and you look at the pump and you're spending $120 on diesel before you know it. Like, what are you doing? You need to lower those gas prices, alright? Vehicles are not a privilege. They're a right. We have a right to own a vehicle after we have a driver's license. And, you know, a driver's license is a privilege. It is a privilege to have a driver's license, but it is not a privilege to own a car. Alright, you can buy a car even if you don't have a driver's license. Okay. You can buy like a car off of Facebook Marketplace or something and just flip it and sell it. You don't need to drive it or nothing, you can just flip it. But here's something. 99% of the people with driver's licenses in this world are fucking idiots. Alright, they can't tell their left from right. Click. Time to go left. Skirt! Dude, that was way off. That was way off. Time to go right. Click. Actually, dude, that was the telephone pole in front of State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And it's literally there now, too. Oh, I'm sorry. I just smashed my sedan through the front of a fucking Kmart. Let me just back that right out of there. Oh, man. Let's get off that subject and talk about, let's talk about camping. Because it's spring, you know. It's springing, and we are in camping season. So, you know, there are going to be a lot of people getting their RVs, going out, doing shit, going camping, trying to figure out, you know, what the weather's going to be like in the next 2 days because they do want to go camping. So, I don't know. But one thing that sucks about camping is trying to find a spot, right? Because you're the normal person pulling into the campsite. You haven't quite figured out where you're going to set up yet. And then there's the idiot who takes the spot that you're about to get, right? There's the idiot who takes the spot you're about to get. And then you get into a screaming match with this motherfucker in the campsite while children and adults alike are watching this, and then it turns into a full-fledged fist fight over a spot at a campsite. You want to know what? I have a feeling you're some sort of person with a beer gut who doesn't really have, like, a career. And that's why you're fighting with the suburban dad who just brought his kids out there to have a good time. And you stole their camp spot because you're also a fucking prick. Alright, because there's undeniable proof of that. There's undeniable proof that you were just being a prick and stole a family's camp spot because you wanted to. Alright, you're not just gonna go to a camp spot, right? If you're a normal person, you're not just going to go to a camp spot and be like, oh, this family is also looking at a camp spot too. I might as well steal it. You're not going to do that. You are going to be a sane person and take the next open spot. You're not going to be a prick like the redneck who pulled in there with his fucking axle zip tied to his truck, who pulls in with that old rickety trailer that's about to fall apart and turn into fucking dust before my eyes, who just stole my spot and deprived me and my family of a fun trip because he's a goddamn asshole who doesn't know the first thing about etiquette. Alright? You're not that guy in the sunglasses, or not the sunglasses, but you're not that nerdy guy in the glasses who just pulled up there to admire the trees during a fucking change like in autumn. No, you are the normal camping person who just pulled up there to have a nice camping trip, but the redneck still stole your spot. Anyway, let's move on to a different piece of conversation and talk about malls really quick, because malls are hell to get through. Some of them are crowded, some of them have obnoxious people in them, and some of them are just downright fucking disgusting. Alright? Let's talk about the crowded malls first, because the crowded ones are the worst, alright? Say you're walking through a mall, and here comes a crowd of like 50 people coming your way. You're like, shit. Where do I go? What do I do from here? I don't know. I still got a ton of shit to figure out, but here, let me figure this out first. How am I going to maneuver through this crowd? Alright, I am so antisocial today. How am I going to maneuver myself through this crowd and be able to get through it sanely? How am I going to be able to maneuver this crowd and not have to kill anybody that's in the said crowd? Who's gonna piss me off in that crowd of said people, and am I gonna have to fight the whole crowd? See, there are several variables. Yet whenever we're talking about stuff like this, we always seem to look past those variables. The variables always seem to just go just 10 feet away. The variables just seem to shoot off that way. You're just like, fuck you, variables. You don't matter. The variables obviously don't matter in cases like this, alright? They obviously really don't. It doesn't seem like variables matter in cases like that. You wanna know why? Because nobody gives a fuck about variables. They just do things in their own special way. That could be cutting you off in traffic, slapping you across the face while you're walking through the mall, trying to go to Spencer's to look for, I don't know, the next big dragon dildo you're gonna collect. It could be the guy who's working at the insurance company who's a complete dickhead because he doesn't know what he's doing with the computer because nobody taught him correctly. And then you have the asshole at Sears who can't print out your pictures because he's a dickhead. And listen, I know Sears hasn't been around for a while, but I still wanted to make a Sears joke. So, there you go. But yeah. Now, let's talk about weather for a minute, because weather does constantly change. And you have those tropical storms in places like hurricanes and tornadoes, and when you see them, you're like, oh shit, what do I do now? I'm probably going to die in this storm. There's a slight chance that I die in this storm today. There's a slight chance that this storm kills me, and I don't know how to get out of it. I need to figure me a way out of this just before it all goes to hell. That's what I need to do. I need to figure me a way out of this before it all goes to hell, and I am deader than a doornail. Because you will be deader than a doornail if you don't get out of there fast. That's all I'm saying. You will be deader than fuck if you don't get out of there fast enough to prove that you can. Run, Forrest, run! Anyway, let's stop talking about that. And let's move on to Easter, a subject I wanted to get into yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before yesterday, but I wasn't able to record an episode that day because I co-hosted an episode of the KP Brigade Fleet News here on DEVILDEVYN360 and Commander K Network, alongside, and I'm also posting this, well, it's going on the main channel first, but it's also going on me and Commander K Studios collaboration channel. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, right? I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying half the time. Half the time my brain just goes, it's like a dinosaur it's like fucking a dinosaur in Jurassic Park coming after you while screaming bloody murder because nobody knows what to do in Jurassic Park. They're all idiots. You wanna know who else? You wanna know who the biggest idiot in the world, in my opinion, is? You wanna know who the biggest idiot in the world is? Do you really? Jake Paul. Jake Paul is one of the biggest fucking dumbasses in the world, man. Yeah. If you're gonna box Mike Tyson, let him have a win. Come on. That would be like resurrecting fucking one of those other dead boxers and trying to box them. Alright, what are you gonna do? Try and box a pile of bones? Or you, like, because you're crazy for thinking you can box Mike Tyson in the first place, Jake. Alright, you were way out of your league for that, buddy. And then when it came to it, you were like, ah, shit, why am I doing this? I can't understand why the fuck I'm doing it, but, you know, it's all in the books. And then Mike Tyson was like, sorry, Jakey, I didn't mean to punch you in the face a million times. Well, Mike Tyson wishes he could have been like, sorry, Jakey, but I punched your face in 100 fucking times and I don't know what else to do. Instead, this was Mike Tyson. That whole goddamn fight. The whole goddamn fight. And I pity that poor man. That poor man was crying in a corner because he knew he wasn't going to win a fight. He knew that that thing was rigged. He knew Jake Paul rigged it from the beginning. And he was like, ah, shit. I'm not going to be able to win the fight now. What the fuck? That veered off of Easter really quickly. So let's talk about Easter, and I didn't even talk about Easter, you know. But anyway, let's talk about Easter. Because yes, while Easter is a fun holiday, that can also be dangerous. That can also lead to dangerous things happening to children that you wouldn't expect. Alright? A child can get abducted by a man in an Easter bunny suit. Alright? A child can trip and fall on cement during an Easter egg hunt and crack their skull open. Okay? Hell, a child can frickin' get injured with just an Easter basket. Alright? A child forgets to unwrap the plastic wrap off that thing, they swing that thing at their 3-year-old cousin. Their 3-year-old cousin is getting sent to the frickin' hospital with several injuries from an Easter basket. Excuse me. But yeah. Easter basket related injuries are up 0.00%. I have never heard of an Easter basket related injury. Like, legitimately. I'm just thinking up scenarios in my head that could possibly happen. One dangerous Easter, alright? You could have a dangerous Easter where you get hit in the head with a fucking Easter basket and lose your memory. Alright, so I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your opinion on why the fuck you think it's necessary for you not to be an idiot. Because there are several things we could have said here, alright? We could have said, hey, that guy's an idiot. We could have said, hey, that guy's a fucking retard. We could have said anything, but we're not going to say any of that because we can't. Man. You know, you want to know what else is hard? Being a podcaster. Because being a podcaster is one of the hardest things I've ever done. Because I have to rely on when to upload an episode. And sometimes I don't upload an episode of this show for a while. And it's not for any particular reason, it's because sometimes I just don't feel like uploading an episode, you know? It's like if the cast of Roseanne didn't feel like participating in getting an episode done that day, so they just told the director to do something else. You can't film you can't film Roseanne today. You're gonna have to take the day off and go do something else because right now you're kind of worthless to us. We have no space for you here. Get out. All right, that's something that should be said. All right, we have no space for you here. We could give a fuck less. And I don't care. All right, I don't care. Fuck, I don't even care if you're a zombie pigman at this point. I still don't trust you. I really don't trust you. As a matter of fact, I just don't. I really just don't trust people in general. If I trusted people, hell, I don't know what would happen. But if I trusted people, it'd be most likely that, you know, most people wouldn't give a crap about what you do. They would just let you do whatever the fuck you want for 20 minutes. Okay. They wouldn't care that you were such a piece of living shit. I mean, it's like your family members throwing you out of the house just because you took a shit on your bedroom floor. I mean, if that resulted in you getting thrown out of your house, even if you are a child and you accidentally shit on your bedroom floor, there is no shot you're getting thrown out of the house by your family. Because I don't know, I honestly don't know what type of family would do that. Like, what type of family would throw a child out just for shitting on a carpet? You know, this went from innocent Easter talk to immediately shitting on a carpet. What the fuck? I don't understand myself sometimes. I really don't. Am I the asshole? Am I the dickhead? Am I the one that deserves to be shot? Am I the one that deserves to be assassinated instead of Trump? You know, there are some other great podcasts out there too that talk about subjects, such as the subjects I have talked about this episode. But you know what? Let's get into a subject that I think we can all benefit from, and that's making sure your child is safe whenever you let them go out of the house by themselves. Okay, if your child isn't safe when they're going out of the house by themselves, there's a possibility that that child is going to get killed. Okay, there's a possibility that somebody is going to abduct your child. You know, you can't trust people in this world. You seriously cannot trust people. Like, even the guy down the street from you can be a goddamn pedophile. But, you know, little Timmy's gonna trust the guy anyway because the guy has a puppy and candy. Little Timmy ain't gonna trust him for no other particular reason. Little Timmy ain't gonna trust him because he's a military vet. No. Little Timmy's only gonna trust this guy because he has his puppy and his family in the back of a car. Alright, that's why. That's why that shit happens. Because you need to take care of your kid. And if you don't, well, hasta la vista, child. That is what's going to happen to a kid if you don't take care of him, because they could turn into a crapshoot, you know? When you're not watching your kid and you leave a kid unsupervised, even on camping, a kid can fall into the fire pit and end up in hell faster than you can say, Satan, come for me. Alright, an unattended kid during a camping trip is a dangerous, dangerous thing to just not give a shit about, because you could be on a camping trip watching your child, you're having fun, right? All of a sudden your child falls into the fire pit because you're looking at your phone for like 20 seconds, like, oh shit, well there's Charlie, and now he's charred to a crisp. You know? He is charred to a crisp. And does anyone give a fuck? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not one goddamn person gives a fuck. Absolutely not. Not one person gives a straight damn. Not one. Alright, you're going to be thinking that there is a person that will eventually give a damn, but there is not going to be a person within a million years who's going to give a damn about their child if they're a neglectful parent, alright? Because if you're a neglectful parent, then you are on my shit list. Okay? You know, I hate bad parents, as you could tell. I really do. They piss me straight the fuck off. They make me want to go up to all bad parents in this screwed up, fucked up world, smack each of them across the face and say, what are you doing not taking care of your kid? Take care of your kid, dickweed. Take care of your goddamn kid. You know? Do your job. Fucking piece of shit. And then you just repeat. Yep. Just repeatedly beat him. Just beat him at this point. Just, yep. Beat him. Yep. Just massacre him. Alright, you slap them a few times, and that's when you just move on to fully just bam. Just bam. Just packing whatever you can of them in. Oh, you want to talk shit about my child? You want to make fun of my family? Bam! Bop you right in the goddamn face. Because you don't know what I'm capable of. You seriously don't. You have no idea if I am capable of killing you or not. I can hurt you, but you don't know if I could kill you. I mean, if this was real, maybe I could. If it were real, then, you know, you would definitely... Let's talk about... You know what? Let's talk about home defense. Because this is a great home defense tool. A kitchen knife is always a great home defense tool, alright? Because it's something you can easily find. It's something you can easily access in your house. A kitchen knife is a straightforward home defense tool, okay? And, you know, this one's not real. It's just a prop that I use in my skits. But I haven't used this one in the skits yet, but it'll make an appearance as the John Doe killer's primary weapon. And, yeah, but this is a great home defense tool, alright? Because it's easy to access. A kitchen knife is always going to be easy to access whenever needing home defense. You know, unless you have something like this close by you, like a Buck 120, which you're probably not going to need. But if you had one close by you, it would also be a good home defense weapon. But another really good home defense weapon is a gun. Just a gun. You know, this might be, this right here, a kitchen knife, might be a good home defense weapon. I mean, you can go John Wick and try and take him out with a pencil. But that ain't gonna help you none. A kitchen knife is a good home defense weapon, and so is a gun. Alright, because a kitchen knife can do some damage used the right way, especially with someone who has martial arts training. Dude, they could be a deadly assassin with a fucking kitchen knife. I mean, you know, even if you have like a normal hatchet like this that you can easily access, then, see, something like this isn't even going to be, you know, acceptable for home defense. Alright, even a hatchet is going to be acceptable for home defense. I mean, even if you don't have access to one, you still have access to a gun. Alright, you probably still have access to a firearm. I'm not saying you have a straight shot at a firearm, I'm just saying you have access. That's all I'm saying, you know? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. But this could be a great home defense weapon. These both could be great home defense weapons. Alright? Hatchets and knives can be great home defense weapons, especially if you already have a kitchen knife or a hatchet. I mean, if you have a garage close by, you could run up to the garage. If, like, the robber comes in through the front, run to the garage, grab the hatchet, come in and start swinging. I mean, most homeowners I see are using baseball bats, and I don't know why you would when you have something like this that, you know, is much heavier and could probably deal a hell of a lot more damage than a baseball bat. Because what are you going to do with a baseball bat? Just light tap? No, you want to do some... You're going to want to go to work with some serious work if somebody's breaking into your house, alright? I'm giving you guys advice here at this point. You're going to want to do some serious work if someone's coming into your house. You're going to want a sharp axe or, again, a sharp kitchen knife. Because this thing's so small, you could conceal it in your waistband. The robber won't even know you have it. You could be like, alright, how about I just help you find all my stuff? The robber's fine with you helping them. They're going to try and make you help them. Lo and behold, you have the knife in their waistband. You're able to pull it out John Wick style, probably, and then just bam. Cut them and chop them all you need. I mean, it's not that good a home defense weapon against somebody who has a gun coming into your house, but at least it's something. You know? But, you know, this is still a great home defense weapon, too. Because if your garage is close by and you know you can get to something bigger like this and deal more damage, then it would be my suggestion that you do, because it's better. And, you know, again, these aren't real. These are just props that I use in skits. As you know, you've seen this axe a little bit, but not... I think you've seen it at least once in its repainted state, but I don't know. But, yeah. All great home defense weapons, you know? Hell, if you need to, if you have, like, a real decorative one of these around, use that. Again, foam prop. interestingly, this one hasn't been on an episode of Prop and Review yet, so I might just put it in an episode of the Prop House. Once I have the full costume that this is going to go with, which I will make a quick announcement with this now, because I will have a new character coming in who will wield this beautiful weapon right here, and his name is the Dark Warrior. The Dark Warrior is going to be the ancient spirit of a warrior who fought long ago, who has since been resurrected. That is my goal with that character, and that character is going to look sick. Like, for real, that character is going to look sick, and he is going to fight like a maniac with only that axe by his side. But anyway, with that announcement out of the way, let's get back into the actual episode itself. Let's talk about gaming for a minute. Now, I haven't really been gaming all that often anymore because I really haven't found any fun games to play. But once I am gaming more often, I'll try and, do something with video games, try and, maybe get a couple of gaming videos out when I have a better computer that can actually run games. Because this one can't. I can only really record on this one. And as you can tell, the recordings do get a little laggy sometimes. But it's okay. We're just going to have to deal with it until I can get something new. But I really want to be able to keep putting videos out for you guys. Because I know you're going to not like it if I don't put videos out until I have a new computer. So I'm just going to keep doing this the way I usually do it and keep it going. So, yeah. But, yeah, we are pretty far into this episode now. Like, for real, man. 41 minutes in. But, yeah, people are just... They're the worst type of people, and then they're the best type of people. The best type of people are the people who just leave you the fuck alone. The worst type of people are the people who try to bother you and when you don't want to be bothered. The worst type of people are the people who look at you like you're an asshole, even when you know yourself, deep down, that you are, in fact, an asshole. Alright, they're not just going to look at you like an asshole because you're not an asshole. They're going to look at you like an asshole because you are an asshole. Alright, that's pretty much what's going to happen there. Alright, let's talk about delivery services like Amazon, UPS, and FedEx because in the United States Postal Service. Because you want to know something? I hate when a package shows up broken because the delivery person just decided, fuck it, they're gonna throw it on my porch. Listen, if you're gonna throw my package on my porch, that could be something expensive that I could have spent a lot of money on. Then fuck you, because I don't need your services. All right, I don't need you to throw my mail onto my porch because you don't give a fuck enough to bring it all the way up to the door because you're a lazy piece of shit. All right, I don't need that. I want my package to be delivered carefully. Alright, I don't want it to be delivered by some crackhead who's gonna break my shit because they want to throw my package at my front door. Alright, if you're gonna throw my package at my front door, you are the biggest dickhead I ever met. And you need to be, frankly, taught a good goddamn lesson about how not to throw people's packages on their doorsteps. Because the next time you do that, there is going to be hell to pay. Alright, the next time you throw a package on someone's doorstep, they're going to yell at you, alright? They're going to be the people who yell at you for throwing packages on their doorsteps. Just stop doing it. Alright, just stop doing it. Bring the package all the way up to the fucking door. It's not that hard. Plus, there are probably those delivery drivers that are also crazy asshole drivers when they get behind the wheel, and then they're trying to figure out, where their next route is, or wherever the fuck the next person's gonna be for a delivery. They're not worried about you because, who gives a damn about you, okay? Who gives a damn about anybody but the postal person themselves? They have a family, I have a family. They order packages, I order packages. Do I throw your package on your doorstep? No, motherfucker, so you better not throw mine down on my doorstep, okay? Because I don't want to have to rush out of my house possibly naked, just to beat your ass down. Alright, because I don't have time for that. Alright, I seriously don't. I don't have time to rush out of my house, possibly naked, just to kick your fucking ass because you threw a package on my porch that had probably something valuable in it. So long story short, don't throw people's shit unless you want to get chased down by someone who's possibly naked. Alright. Let's have a conversation about bad neighbors. Because there are those neighbors who just won't give a shit. And they'll be like cleaning up dog shit in their backyard or something if they own a dog. And they'll just happily toss that over your back fence. Like if you live next to each other, they'll just be happily tossing shit over their back fence and into your yard. Then it's a hassle for you. Because you're just trying to live a normal life. Yeah, here comes this piece of shit who throws a bag of dog crap on your porch, and now you're wondering what the fuck they did that for. I'll tell you what they did that for. They did it for no reason, because they are a dickhead. Alright, that's why they did it. Because they are a complete asshole. Alright, and they don't know boundaries. If they're an asshole, they don't know boundaries, okay? Alrighty, so don't be an asshole. Please. Don't be an asshole unless you feel inclined to be an asshole. Because half the time, I don't feel inclined to be an asshole. But every day, there's that one person who decides, oh, I'm going to be more of an asshole than I've ever been before. Yeah, well, you know what? That person can go die in a fire because nobody needs to deal with that person. The only person that somebody is going to want to deal with or even mildly want to deal with is either the police, the fire department, a paramedic, definitely not the IRS. Because if you're struggling to get your taxes done for the month, the IRS is going to try and come in and fuck you. Now that's what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and come in and take every bit of taxes that you ever had. Alright, there's going to be that person who just hates you and wants to see you fail at every juncture. There's going to be that person who just fucking hates you. There's going to be that person that just wants you to fail and not succeed. And hell, there's going to be that one person who just wants you dead. I have those people in my life. I have the person who wants me dead. I have the person who just plainly fucking hates me because they don't have a reason. I have a best friend who defends me in every juncture when they have to. And I've also got the friends I don't talk to for months on end, and they eventually contact me because what better do they have to do? I mean, like, for real. Alright. You know, those are good friends for you. Those are really good friends. When you have those friends, they'll just contact you because they want to hear from you. They want that communication. They want that stand-in. Alright? And, you know, let's talk about my channel here for a minute, because I want to announce that there are going to be a few more videos coming out, more reaction videos, more stuff like that if you enjoy it. And I'm also going to be putting the content that I begin making on this channel onto me and Commander K's collab channel. So if you want to see mostly some of my content over on that channel, you can go look at it. If you want to see Commander K's content, go over and go to the collab channel, because we put a bunch of different content from our channels on there. And it's a way fun place to be. So go check out our collab channel, DEVILDEVYN360 and Commander K Network. But otherwise, let's get into another portion of the video. Because you want to know the other type of person I hate? The person you bring to the restaurant who makes you pay half the goddamn bill. Why is it your responsibility to pay half the goddamn bill when you bought the food? Alright, you bought the food. Why isn't it the asshole who you brought gonna pay the bill? Alright? Why isn't the asshole who you brought with you gonna pay half the bill? Why are they trying to make you pay the whole bill? See, because that's what I mean. It's the asshole who's not gonna pay half the bill, and they just want to piss you off. Why are they not gonna pay half the bill? Why are they just gonna fuck you over and not pay half the bill wait a minute, possibly because they're an asshole and they don't want to, or maybe they just don't like you. Maybe they just don't like you, or maybe they're just a big fucked up person who just wants you to not have a good life, and who just wants to see you fuck up at every type of juncture. There's also that person who I don't care about, who can also suck a big fat one. Alright, that's the type of person who just pisses me off every single day. Alright, that's the type of person I can't deal with right there. Let's talk about lakes for a minute, because lakes are sometimes nice. Lakes are sometimes polluted. Lakes are sometimes the places where the meth heads go to tweak out in the field. Alright, lakes have all type of possibilities, including tweaking out in the field. You can do that too if you want to. I'm not condoning drug use, I'm just saying, if you're a tweaker, go ahead and tweak in the field, I don't give a fuck. Oh. Wanna know the worst type of person in the world? The murderer. You wanna know why that is? Because they are almost terrible at lying in interrogations. That's one thing about them. They are almost horrible at lying in interrogations. Whenever they try to lie, there's always something that just fucks it up. They can't get they can't get the truth across. They cannot get the truth across correctly. No matter if they're trying to tell the truth or intentionally trying to lie, they can't get it across. But if you're intentionally trying to lie and you're failing at it, what is your problem, alright? Why can't you successfully tell a lie? Why can't you successfully lie to the detective? Maybe because there's too much evidence mounting against you, and you can't come up with a better fucking story than, oh, she tripped down the stairs and smashed her cranium on the 4th floor. You know, they can't come up with a better lie than, oh, this happened to her. I wasn't there when this happened, even though I know damn well that I was. I wasn't there. I wasn't there when this whole event took place. So, you know, in all fairness, officer, I don't know how this could have happened. I don't know how she could have died, even though I was the last one seen with her, and I should absolutely know how she died. I should be telling you everything I just did to her. I should be telling you that I tied her up. I should be telling you that I threw her into the trunk of her own car. I should be telling you that I pulled out a knife, stabbed her 35 times, and left her body in a ditch and then drove away. Yeah, I should be telling you that. I shouldn't be lying. I should be telling you that. I shouldn't be trying to not get sent to prison for killing somebody, because Lord knows you don't want to do that. Lord knows that after you kill somebody, you want to get far away. Alright? You don't want to be anywhere near there. You don't want the police to be able to track you down after. I don't even know why I'm explaining this. I honestly don't, but you're gonna want to be far away after a murder, because there is absolutely no way you're gonna want to be in the same location where you just killed somebody. All right, you're not gonna want to be in the same town. You're not gonna want to be in the vicinity. You're not gonna want the police to be able to track you down and be like, oh, here's the suspect. Yeah, you don't want that to happen. You really don't want that to happen at all. I swear to God, you really don't. That's why I think most of these TV interrogations are stupid. Because you know the police are going to track you down. You know that they're not going to stop until they have you in custody. And you know that they have evidence against you to prove that you were there at the time of your victim's murder. So if you are a killer, and you're an idiotic one at that, then you have no chance of escape. If you're smart about it, then maybe you can get away with it, but who knows? But yeah, there are idiots out there. And it's when you know the person who is an idiot is when it's the worst. Because then you're actually going to be like, oh, 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 fuck, yep. I know that person. I know who that person is. Do I know why they're a dumbass? No, not at all, but I'll tell you right now, I know who that person is. I know who that person is, and I know that person's gonna be a dumbass no matter what we say, no matter what we do. So just, you know. Yeah. It's a matter of being careful about what I say on this show now. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have to be careful about what I say because people are dumb, alright? People are dumb. And people need to know this. People need to know this. Alright? Alright, people need to know this. People need to know that there are dumb people, racists, you know, people who just absolutely are fucking terrible people. Who have no chromosomes in their life and can't seem to find bliss in anything. Okay? Alright? Because then you know that person is a double piece of shit. Anyway. I don't know, let's just let these last few segments be about random conversation. You know, let me take this time to ask, how are you guys, the subscribers, doing? I never usually get the time to ask that. How are you guys doing? How has your day been? You know, leave a comment down below telling me how you are. How have you guys been? How are the Spotify followers? You know, how's the KP Brigade Fleet and Little Demons over on the collab channel? How is everybody? Seriously, how is everyone? Alright? How is everybody? Like, for real. How is everyone? Because I'm just curious to know. How is everybody? But anyway. This is our final subject. And in this subject, we are talking about... We're talking about freaking sports, because basketball and football season is coming back. You know, I think we're in, like, the pre-games, right? I think we're in, like, the pre-game of NBA right now. I feel like we're in, like, the pre-games of football right now. And it's, like, it's fucking crazy when sports go away and then come back after a few months. It's like, holy shit, I was just watching TV, just watching sports, and it's the Super Bowl. Now, football's not going to be on for another few months. Oh, here comes football. Football's coming back in style like a motherfucker. Oh, there's NBA. Yep, basketball's back too. Alright, every fan to the stadiums. And that's how that goes. Now let's talk about another subject. Let's talk about prostitutes. Because what are you women doing? Why are you degrading yourself like that? Why are you standing out on the corner of a street, waiting just to, you know, fuck a random dude who happens by? Why are you doing that? Oh, hey, sweetie, get in my car. I'll give you a blowjob. Oh, that's a great deal. I'll pay $10 for a blowjob. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll pay $10. I'll pay $10 to get my dick sucked by some strange toothless woman who I just met on the side of fucking the New York, who I just met on the side of the Las Vegas highway right by the High Roller Casino. Oh yeah, sure, I'll pick this chick up who I just met behind the MGM Grand and let her fuck me for $20. Sure, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a way good idea. I'll pick up this bitch from behind the old CVS here in Vegas, and I'll let her suck my dick for $15. Yeah, as if we need to do that. Alright, as if we need to let that happen. As if we need to let some toothless woman touch our penises. But anyway, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know by leaving a big fat like and subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next episode of DevilDevin360 News Nightly, the podcast that is now on DevilDevin360 and Commander K Network, and still on DevilDevin360 Entertainment. And make sure you follow us on Spotify for even more. Just kidding, only episodes. But still, make sure you go follow us on Spotify, and we will see you guys in the next episode